I really want to move to Costa Rica for one reason and one reason only. You know what? Let me not even put myself in that situation. Honestly, babe, I don't trust you.
Why?
I don't. I don't want to sound like a bad person, but if I do, no pasa nada. This is a cruda realidad, and we're going to be real.
I might look a little crazy right now, pero no pasa nada.
I feel like you say this for every episode.
Listen, it's because lately we've been coming on here with the last minute shits, right?
Last minute, all the time.
We literally just got off the plane like not even 2-3 hours ago. Made it home, ate, y aquí andamos. Aquí andamos because you guys already know we try to stick to our word. And if we say every Tuesday that we're going to put out something, we try with all our hearts, pa que vean.
Yeah, it might be a little late. Like, it might not be right on time, but it's going to come out on Tuesday, 100%.
Like, I literally still have Gallo Pinto on my shoes. If you know, you know. Yeah,
That's funny.
Oh, and talking about my shoes, did you like my shoes or no?
Those were cool. I did not see the vision. I was like, why are we getting these shoes for you? Until we got to the hiking tour and all that.
And then you needed some.
And then I needed some, so I had to buy some there. I was like, God darn it. And thanks for adding me on the group chat, babe.
Oh, yeah. Mando's a little salty about that, y'all. So basically, every time I go on a trip, I do a whole group chat with everybody who's going, right? That way I could give them itineraries on there, flight information, and they don't have to be back and forth with me every single day, right? Which they still do, you know? Right. They still do. They don't go back and check. They ask me again. But I didn't put you because you never respond anyways.
But still, I still read it. I still know what's going on. But on this trip, I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on. The only thing I did know is that we're going hiking. But I didn't know to what extent. Like, I didn't know if we were going to go up a mountain or like something algo leve. But this was not leve at all.
It was badass.
It was badass. It was like 5-in-1.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, so basically, we did go to Costa Rica. In case you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about. We went to Costa Rica for my birthday. It was my birthday trip, basically. Yes, I know my birthday was 2 weeks ago. But I did it on purpose because we had a lot of other things planned out. And one of the things that I was looking forward to do was everything that Costa Rica is known for, which is a lot of outdoor activity, a lot of hiking, horse riding, rivers, zip lining, like a whole bunch of outdoors activities. And shout out to my cousin because I guess one of his co-workers le mandó un link, which I will leave link down below, where they told us that you do everything in one day. It's like a whole 10-hour day. And you might think, damn, it sounds like a lot, right? I don't know if I could be out there 10 hours, but the way that they have it set up is that it flies by. It flies by and they do it strategically so you don't get tired, right? But yeah, we started off with ziplining.
Yeah, ziplining.
Mando, antes de llegar, he's like, yo no lo voy a hacer. I'm not doing ziplining. I'm skipping it.
Well, I'll be honest because I've seen videos of, let's say, other countries, and their ziplinings are sketchy. Like, they'd be like from one side to another, and like they're super fast, like very, very dangerous.
It's because Mando
I've seen a lot of TikToks, and the ziplinings que se quebran y un pinche desmadre. But honestly, when I got there, I saw like it was a professional place. Like, everything was nicely organized. The workers were wearing uniforms. Like, everything was really, really nice. So I was like, oh, you know what? I got this because we've done ziplining before.
Yeah. Mando did it before. That's why I was shocked that you were like, you're not doing it. I was like, what the heck?
I guess I've been seeing
because
too much.
I think ziplining is actually super fun.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, cuando llegamos, we were like 20-30 minutes late, but not really our fault. It was more that the GPS took us like a wrong way, and then it made us do some crazy U-turn. And it made us a little late. But when we got there, they were like rushing us to catch up to the group. Hurry. So Mando didn't even know qué pedo, what was going on. Y de repente I see him with his harness and his little hat and everything. And I'm like, pues no que no te ibas a ir a subir. He's like, bueno, pues aquí estoy. Him and another friend of mine, they were like, nah, we're not getting on this sketchy stuff right here. But they ended up getting on, and it was like one of your favorite parts.
Yeah,
right?
It was one of the favorite parts because I felt like the organization, the way that they run their zip linings and the braking system is really good compared to other zip lines that I've done.
Yeah.
So the first one, honestly, I was a little sketched out, the first ride. But after that, I felt the vibe, and I felt like everyone was like doing their shit professionally.
Yeah. And it was the first time that we've gone to, I guess it's called an adventure park.
Yeah.
Where they have it back to back, because we have gone ziplining and it was just that ziplining. But here they had like zip lining, and then it was like over the bosque, and then they would do zip lining over a river, and then they would do
into
something else.
mountains.
It was like some Tarzan shit, right?
Yeah, that was cool.
Like they literally would put you in a harness, and then you'll have to grab onto a rope, and they'll throw you to the other side of the cliff, and you'll just like swing back and forth like Tarzan. That was actually one of my favorite parts.
The thing is that, and again, I did not do any research on this, so luckily I was not knowing what to expect, and that's why I did it.
He just got put on the moment.
I was like, well, I guess I'm here. I guess that's the next step to get to the next step. So
yeah, there's no going back after that.
No, there's no going back. So I guess that was a good thing, you know?
Yeah. But I really liked that. That was one of my favorite parts. And then from there, after we did about 10 zip lines, they let you go down a like you go white water rafting. No, white water tubing, they said it was called.
Yeah.
Which I had never even heard of. But just exactly what it says is white water tubing. Instead of being like in a big group, you're actually in an individual tube. And it was like what they said, like a 1 hour.
Like an hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
Yeah, it was an hour and a half. That's what the guy said.
No wonder.
It was long.
I was starting to get a little antsy. But anyways, it was an hour and a half downstream, white water rafting. White water tubing, sorry. But the whole thing wasn't like, there's madre the whole time. Like there was a lot of areas where it was super calm. So calm that you would have to like pedal yourself a little bit. But what I didn't know was that you could get off your tube and like swim around a little bit and then get back on.
That was never an option.
Yeah, they said that they said it, and I was like, I did not hear that because
we don't listen.
I kept getting stuck.
Yeah.
I kept getting stuck in areas, and me trying to like pedal on top of the tube is like it takes forever. So if I would have known, I would have got off, swam,
Yeah, but
because the water was amazing.
The water was amazing. It felt great. In my mind, I'm like, this is what nature is. Because you go to these water parks and there's like motors like pushing the water and like making sure the current is going. And here's all nature.
Yeah.
Like it's literally all nature, and the tube fits perfectly through these like rocks.
Oh yeah.
And like it's crazy. It's crazy how everything, like there was times that you could almost flip, but they know exactly where to put people to help you to make sure you don't flip.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Everything was nicely organized.
Yeah.
There,
So basically, if it was like a 2-mile stretch, which now that you're telling me it was an hour and a half, it was probably longer. They had some of their workers on every little like mini, how would I call it, like waterfall?
Yeah.
It wasn't really
like
a waterfall, but a little
deal.
drop. They had somebody there, so when you were coming, they'll like guide the tube down instead of you flipping over.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was super, super cool. Super cool.
What I really enjoyed about that trip and that whole, let's say, excursion, right? The workers were really cool. Like, we've been to other places. They're super strict. Oh, you can't take a picture here.
Yeah.
Or you can't use a GoPro, or hurry up, or nothing like that. Like, they were super cool.
Yeah.
They were super, like whatever you wanted to do.
Super chill.
They weren't rushing you. Nothing like that. It's Pura Vida.
Yeah.
Pura Vida out there was super chill.
They
Love
say
that part.
Everybody you see out there tells you Pura
Pura Vida.
Yeah.
Most towards the coast, the rainforest vibes. Not so much in the city. We'll get into that ahorita, but like the vibes out there were amazing,
But yeah, aside from that, they also offered horseback riding, which we didn't do. We actually skipped it because we wanted to go get beers.
For real.
As crazy as that sounds, since we were running late, the guide was basically yelling. No, he wasn't yelling at us. He was like, since you guys got here a little late, you guys are a little behind. Basically saying like, y'all could do it, but you guys are going to be like behind
Pressure,
everybody. So we're like, nah, we'll skip the horseback riding. We do that all the time. Thankfully. So he's like, well, now you guys caught up and even have extra time. Is there anything? He actually heard us talking about getting some beers. And he was like, oh yeah, I'll take you down to a little store to get some. So while the rest of the group, the ones that were on time, not with us, like the public people, while they were doing the horseback riding, which we were so thankful we didn't do after because it was hot as heck, you guys.
Yeah.
It was stupid hot outside. But we ended up going to get some beers. And what else did we do out there?
Well, it was cool because there was a bar there, and he's like, look, if y'all go buy the beer there, it's going to be charged and taxed like crazy. So I'm going to take y'all down the street to a little town, and you could buy like 2 12-packs and, fill up your cooler full of ice. And that was cool. The girls got some snacks. We got some beers. chug like 2 or 3 down.
That was actually right before the whitewater rafting.
Which Willie said is that we should have had the beers before the zip lining
Yeah.
para que nos armáramos.
It's because
de
we had left
valor.
late.
Yeah.
Well, not
yeah.
left late, but in a rush. We had to leave from our Airbnb like at 8 a.m.
Right.
No, like 7:30.
Oh yeah, 7:30.
7:30.
To be there at.
Get food and like to be there by 8:45 or something like that. And it was like a almost 2-hour drive out there. That's why. But
Yeah. And what made us late was using Google Maps. So apparently in Costa Rica, and I don't know where else, but I know for sure in Costa Rica, using Waze app that came out like 2-3 years ago, it's a huge thing there in Costa Rica. Like
Yeah.
it works really, really good.
better than Google Maps for
Yeah,
sure.
like the GPS, the reports of the cops. Like if you go to Costa Rica, 100% download Waze. ¿Sí o no, babe?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we used Google for that day and we got lost. We
Yeah,
literally got lost
yeah.
and then it took us like a whole U-turn. Probably killed like 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
yeah, Waze 100%.
Another thing that's included in this package of 10 hours of excursion is that they have a lunch buffet at 12.
Oh yeah, that was good.
They take you to a super nice restaurant right there on the premises of everything with a huge buffet, right? All you can eat. They also have things you can buy if you don't want to eat what they have there, or drinks, cocktails, whatever you could buy. When the food was really good, right?
The food was really good.
But I feel
Gallo
like we're
Pinto.
missing something.
The
Rock climbing.
and the aguas termales.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah, yeah.
cool. That
The
was
rock
cool.
climbing, honestly, we all skipped out on it except my cousin. Yeah, he did it. It was super sketchy, you guys. It was a little scary, but you know why I didn't do it? Because I had to use the bathroom.
Oh, te
I'm
estás
like,
cagando.
aquí me voy a... No, I had to do number one, babe. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Because it was scary, you know? But remember I did it in Cabo?
You did do it in
Like, I
Cabo.
was one of the only ones that did it, right?
Yeah. Well, no, that was a little different. No, it was like you come down.
That one, you jumped off a cliff.
Right. And then how you come up?
But on a harness.
On a harness,
so
right,
you don't
right,
land
yeah.
hard. Like, it kind of stops you. But still, the cliff was at least like, what? 40,
Like
40,
50.
50
Like 40 feet. Yeah. 40, 50.
High,
yeah.
like, it was higher than this house, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then I jumped off, and then I had to climb up. But it was a little hard. I don't
crazy.
have no upper body
So you
strength.
skipped it this time for sure.
So this time I was like, and this one was scarier. You jumped off, like we were like on the side of a cliff basically, and we jumped off a cliff, maybe like 40 feet down,
Yeah.
30 feet down. But underneath that was the river. Like it was, we were like up in the air basically doing this. And I was like, nah.
Yeah, I skipped that too. I was like, you know what? Let me not even put myself in that situation because I'm going to stay down there. I ain't going to make it back up. So, I said, fuck it. Skip that.
And then last but not least, we ended up in the hot springs.
The hot springs, which those hot springs were hot as
Bruh.
hell. I think it was like 110-degree water.
It was stupid hot.
Like stupid hot.
Yeah, we've been to hot springs too in the past. We went to some in Colorado with Blanca and them, which was bomb because it was freezing outside. So you get in there,
Right.
amazing, super cool vibes. And then we actually went to some in Hidalgo, Mexico, Las Grutas de Tolantongo.
Yeah, which was a chilly day also.
It was it?
Yeah, it was fresh. It was fresh. Yeah.
outside and it wasn't super hot. But these,
Yeah.
bro, I could not. I still got in, but it took me a minute to get in. And after that, we had a mud bath, which I had never done in my life. I've gotten some done at a spa before, but never like in real life.
Which to this day, I don't know exactly what the mud bath is good for. Do you know?
Something about like detoxifies and like it's.
Did
good
you
for
feel
your
any
skin.
difference like right away?
I
or
felt
no?
squeaky clean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Damn, that's crazy how you put mud on yourself, you shower, and then you feel squeaky clean.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know how
pretty
that
cool.
works.
That's pretty cool. I don't
But
know how
yeah,
the science works.
it was cool. I liked it. I liked that. And after you get in the mud bath, you basically sit in the river that's not deep at all, with the area that you sit in, and you're just playing with the water, like lavándote, and it's super fresh. The water is amazing, crystal clear. Yeah, totally recommend that spot. And like I said, they do it in a way where you don't get tired because you have a lot of like little zen moments and breaks. So yeah.
So for the people wondering back home, this spot is literally like 1.5 to 2 hours away from Tamarindo, right? A drive. And I think it was like $270 per person, which is no, for both. Wait,
It was
you yawn. So
I said no. It was 150.
150 per person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 150 per person, which covers your food and pretty much 10 hours of activities. That covers a whole day.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a big necessity to do something like that in Costa Rica because you get to see the rainforest, you get to see the aguas termales, you get to see everything all in one day. Like you say, you can knock it all out in one day, you know?
Yeah, because in Tamarindo, they did have a lot of different excursions that you could do too. But honestly, the ones there, we had already done a few things like that similar in the past. So I wasn't really, like, I went to Tamarindo to party.
Right.
Because horse on the beach, we've done the little four-wheelers, stuff like that we've already done. So I'm like, no, I want to do like all that stuff in the rainforest, like all that ziplining and what they're known for.
Which wasn't far at all.
No, it wasn't far. So
cool.
Por eso fuimos para allá and totally recommend it. Totally 150,000% recommend that
For
spot.
sure. I'm glad we did it. 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I told you, but other people would have freaked out with this. But right before we left, you guys, I looked at the weather to see what all I should pack, and tell me why it said that it was going to rain every single day in Tamarindo.
That's crazy.
The night before we left.
I think it only rained one day.
And it wasn't Tamarindo. It was when we landed at the airport in San Jose,
Yeah,
4 hours away.
And that was it. So Jesus was on our side on
our
vacation.
And that's how I go with life about everything. I didn't stress. I was like, you know what? Even if it does rain, like I'm gonna make the best out of it, and it is what it is. But I didn't stress nothing. I was like, whatever. We're outside. As long as we're outside, no pasa nada.
Yeah,
you know?
and as long as your group is like super flexible with anything.
Yeah.
Like if we would have canceled something and changed it with something else, like they're super cool about it.
Yeah.
Which didn't happen, but if that was to happen, like they're like, okay, whatever, okay, it's fine. Yeah. And the whole trip was like that. Our group was like, all right, whatever you guys want to do, whatever. So it worked out perfectly. I do want to tell you guys about how we got to Tamarindo from San Jose. What a freaking mission. First of all, shout outs to the rental company and their van. That minivan was amazing.
Clutch. That shit was crazy.
Dope. Super spacious.
Well, la pinche van estaba fea. I'm not going to lie. It looked like a spaceship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Insert picture here.
We did not get this minivan for the looks. 100%.
Yeah, definitely not. But can you guys believe we had rode it for 10 hours? Through the jungle, going through rivers. I'm not even kidding. We really did. I think I vlogged it. Going uphill to Tamarindo, 4 hours away. In total, we had driven it for about 10 hours.
Yeah.
And it was only at only had wasted half a gallon.
Yeah.
Or half a gas tank.
Half a tank. Yeah.
Half a tank. Yeah.
It was ridiculous. At one point, everyone's like, I don't think that meter worked. You better go get it checked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it saved so much gas. It didn't have as much power as we needed, but it got us anywhere we wanted to go.
Yeah.
Which was a good thing.
And shout outs to you, babe. You were our Uber the whole time.
I really was.
I thought you were going to I asked Mando, do you want me to drive a little bit?
Honestly, babe, I don't trust you.
Why?
I don't.
But why?
Because you would haul ass. You would be going super fast in places
it's because I watch too much Fast and Furious.
See or no?
Not on curves.
But overall, you'll be going super fast for no reason because there is no rush.
What you mean? It was a 4-hour drive.
There was no rush on that trip because we were stopping all over the place. We were stopping at local bars or getting fruits on the side of the road.
The 4 hours to Tamarindo actually took like 7.
Six, seven. Yeah. We stopped so much.
And that was not my plan.
Like there was no rush. And I know if Lily would have been driving,
we would have got there in 3 hours.
But what I think about is like, fine, I could go super fast. Which I don't. I don't go super fast.
He really does.
But when I think about it, I could go super fast and put not only myself, but like the 7 other people in danger. That's not worth it. So yeah, drive slow, take your time. Pura Vida, Costa Rica.
Anyways. What?
No. I was just gonna say that the views going up, all the greenery, all the mountains.
Super, you're in the middle of the jungle vibes.
I did speak to some locals about their roads. Their roads are tiny.
They are
very, very tiny roads. They say that the government, that's one thing that they lack, is that they don't put money into the roads.
And they don't have highways.
Yeah, no highways. The roads are super small. If there's a bridge, you have to share it. So you got to literally stop, let a car pass if there's a car coming, and then you go ahead and go right after him. So like these shared bridges, every single bridge, every single one of them. I think that's crazy, but I know that's to save money because you pretty much got to build 2 lanes on one bridge versus one. So
Yeah, and one thing about Costa Rica is that it was super clean, y'all.
Yeah,
super.
the roads are nice.
Like Mando said, it took us 1,000,000 hours to get to Tamarindo, and we had a lot of little pit stops, and even the little like shacks on the side of the road that were like little bars or little restaurants, super nice, super clean. You don't see trash everywhere, which I think is super.
Yeah,
cool.
we've been to a couple countries. Mexico, for the most part, is the country that we visit the most, and we've seen here
the
in the
areas
States
that
too,
could get bad. Yeah.
We've seen like a lot of like dirt. I mean, trash on the floor on the side of the road, which is normal, right? Even here in the States, people throw out food or whatever, and then it's just a mess. But in Costa Rica, no se ve nada.
Why do people do that, bro?
That and graffiti.
Oh my God.
Graffiti
yeah.
in Mexico and in parts here in the U.S. is huge. Not one graffiti in Costa Rica.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing.
People are so respectful about their nature, about like the looks of the country out there. Is amazing. I love that part. Just super clean, and it feels so safe, babe. It feels so safe. Like, I wouldn't mind you like just leaving by yourself in an Uber or whatever. Like, I wouldn't have no worry.
Yeah, everybody's super nice.
And they're super respectful, and like
you know how Mando's always trying to crack his pinches dad jokes.
Yeah.
Or like him and my cousin, super sarcastic. Like
Yeah.
they'll try to get people to laugh by saying the most randomest thing. Se llevan, basically, right?
Yeah.
En México, con todo se llevan, con todo. Se llevan y los de México aguanten y le regresan algo para atrás y le dicen,
Right.
así funny, like playing around. But in Costa Rica, not one person responded to Mando's dad jokes.
Yo, I was.
They would just be
spitting.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I would like say something funny right away after, whatever, and they didn't get it, or they just don't crack
I'm
jokes.
like, babe, I think they're just so respectful that they don't even know how to take sarcasm or how to take a joke.
Right. Because, like, if I do that in Mexico, me devuelven y me rostrizan 3 veces. Like, literally, like, they fuck me up.
And even when my tia was a little like, why are they like that? Like, why can't they, like, joke around back, But I was like, I get it. Like, I get it. They're more respectful, and we're just más cabrones, know?
Yeah.
And I don't see nothing wrong with them being like that. It's fine. Cada quien y su culture. They wouldn't get mad or anything. They just wouldn't get it, They wouldn't know how to llevarse.
Llevarse, yeah.
But
They're
it
just
was-
about respect and all that, but yeah.
But yeah, overall, super nice people. At first, we weren't understanding the food situation, but I think it was because the first few days, we would either wake up too late and couldn't go to the spots that we wanted to, or we would eat too late también at night, right? Like, it would be like 10, 11, so all the good spots were closed by the time we got hungry. But that was only the first night that we got there, and after day 2, everything we had was bomb, super bomb. We went to some super nice restaurants in Tamarindo, and super nice breakfast spots on the beach. Super dope.
Yeah. Oh, wait, go ahead.
And something else that I liked was all the seashells, which you didn't get to see. But I actually did go to the beach for a little bit, walking around and stuff. And there's so many seashells out there. Crazy. I had never seen that many. in my life.
You brought some back,
Hasta me traje unos para las casas. For my decorations.
Yeah.
Random.
¿Dónde las vas a poner?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
No, you
gotta
got
wash
this.
them. Anyways, como dice Shotty Bae, we'll be right back after this break.
Ahorita nos vemos. Yo, we are back.
We are back. Dun, dun, dun.
All right,
What?
babe. This is the Cruda Realidad podcast.
Uh-huh.
So we always talk about positive things and things that we love and things that we like. But let's go ahead and talk about the things that we did not like.
Sheesh.
When we
You're
go
gonna
back.
expose me?
What would you change of this trip? Who would you not invite? No, I'm just kidding.
Hijo de tu madre.
Give us a tea.
Let me see. What didn't I like? I would say that the clubs weren't as lit or as grand as I thought they were gonna be. I went with the expectations of it being like, what is it, La Vaquita and all those
Yeah.
spots in Puerto Vallarta.
Vallarta,
Like I
Cancun.
thought they were gonna have maybe at least one like
Yeah.
that, but for sure, they were all like. Just think about it. Just think about like the Caribbean, like a very, very small town.
Like dive bars, right?
Dive bars for sure. A lot, yeah. Basically, it's dive bars. One or two sí estaban medios grandes and pretty, which was badass. But I feel like since I went with some kind of expectation, that's why I was a little let down. So yeah, I would say that the clubbing was not like I thought it was gonna be.
Okay,
for sure.
my turn now. I know you have more, right? Okay. My biggest letdown, my biggest problem about Tamarindo, this is just Tamarindo. I don't understand the pricing.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I don't understand why things are so expensive there. All right. And I'm going to explain, you guys. I don't want to sound like an asshole. I don't want to sound like a bad person, but if I do, no pasa nada. This is a cruda realidad, and we're going to be real. We've been to very expensive like cities, right? Like Miami or like let's say New York, or like even Puerto Vallarta, right? Or Cancun, whatever, right?
That we know is more expensive than
Yeah.
it should be because it's Americanized and tourist.
Or Santa Monica Pier, like, places like that. You get the point, right? You go to these places, you kind of pay more for the experience than for the actual food. ¿Sí o no?
Correct.
You pay for the vibes, you pay for the nice road, you pay for the nice restaurant, the lights, the waiters, y todo el pedo, right? So 90% of these places that we went to in Tamarindo, they were very like
dive bars,
dive bar
shacks.
vibes, run down, not the nicest. You take 3 steps outside and you got dirt roads. They're not dirty. They're not dirty because, like we said, it's clean, but it's not like up to par, which I'm gonna get into it. Why are you paying $80 for some breakfast for 4 people? Like you kind of don't even pay this here.
No drinks, just the food.
Just
like
three
huevos
just
and
3
stuff.
sandwiches. Just 3 sandwiches. And to go.
Yeah, 3 egg sandwiches to go.
That's one of my biggest problems. Another one is that we go to like a bar, and the night that you stayed in, we go to a bar, we order 3 drinks, right? 3 drinks, a pizza, literally a pizza for like California,
personal pizza,
a personal pizza, and like some pieces of like meat, like 3 pieces of meat, like with like fried chicken, very minimal, right? We got charged $170.
Damn.
Just for that.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even have 3 drinks. It was like 3 drinks, one each. Like not like 3. Not like I had 3 drinks.
It was 3 drinks total, not
Total.
3 drinks
Right,
each.
right. 170. We were like, what the hell? Like.
And again, the only reason why we noticed this is because they were actually more expensive in prices than we pay here.
Yeah.
But here we pay those expensive prices at super nice, bougie spots that go above and beyond, trying with everything. The ambience is cool. And then over there, it was like a hole in the wall, you know? Which was crazy because, again, we've gone to places in Mexico, like and I'm sure a lot of you guys have gone to Cancun. Tulum we haven't gone to, but we hear is very expensive. But from what we see in a lot of the pictures and stuff, the restaurants are up to par. They look nice. They're a vibe. It's just more touristy, I would say, which Tamarindo was very touristy, but como que no le echan dinero to fix the little dive bars, which, don't get me wrong, I love super small dive bars. We love hanging out with locals. You guys see, we always make friends everywhere we go, but it just didn't make sense, like the pricing.
Yeah,
because I kind of compared it to like when we went to Puerto Vallarta, but when we went to Yelapa, how we go to all these little islands and there people live there, obviously, and they have all these little shacks and stuff. But when we eat at all those type of places like that, super cheap, right? But this, we were paying like $25 for a little margarita, you know, like a little margarita. And here you pay $15, 18 max, 20 maybe at a little bougie spot, with all the vibes. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at first I was like, damn, like I felt bad for the locals. I was like, holy shit, like I wonder if everything is this expensive for them. Like, how do they survive? How do they, can they afford to have their own vacations? But then I found out it's just like that in Tamarindo. And I was like, oh, so that's kind of like fucked up part right there where I guess they're just super taxing the Americans,
Yeah, like they take advantage out there.
Times two.
Would you say that you saw a lot of Americans out there?
Well, from what I heard, it wasn't peak season.
Oh, right.
But the day that we went like to the alley, a lot. Everybody there was American for sure.
True.
Yeah.
There was a wedding that happened, I guess, that same night, and we were there chilling.
Yeah.
Like for example, let's go a little bit of positive. We went to the restaurant El Encanto or something like that. Really, really nice food.
Super good. So that I understand why
Great
the margaritas
food.
are $25.
We go in there, like the vibe is very good. Greenery, like it looks like Tulum vibe, let's say, right? Mm-hmm. Green and everything. The plates were great. Like everything was plated. The service was amazing. We had 4 waiters, making sure that everything was good. Again, guys, we are not like no se crean que we're like, oh, we want the best out of the best. No, we're giving y'all our honest opinion about this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the waiters were amazing. Like they explained every single dish to the T. Yeah. Like this takes this. I think there was like 15 dishes and they explained every single one. We had questions, they responded and everything. Then they gave us the drink menu and they told us every single drink that they had and everything, right? Mm-hmm. Really, really good stuff. We paid, I think, almost $450 for 7 of us, which here in the U.S. that's normal. Mm-hmm. But we think about it somewhere like in Costa Rica, we're like, God damn, that's expensive. But I'm not complaining about that spot. That spot was good because everything was up to par.
Yeah, the drinks were bomb, the ambience was bomb, the restrooms were pretty, like the whole everything's super nice, yeah.
But then you go to another bar, another restaurant, and it's like a complete opposite. The service is not great, the vibes are not there, but you're still getting taxed the same thing.
Yeah.
That's where
or I'm like how you buy like the little keychains and stuff, like everything's super taxed, everything. Yeah. So if you guys go to Puerto Vallarta or Cancun, you'll buy a little keychain. It might be like $5 American, right? Like a little one. $5, $8.99 American dollars, which in Mexico converts to a lot more, obviously, right? But over there, it was like $15. Like $20 for every little thing that you buy. I was like, God damn,
Yeah, well, let me talk a little positive now. Mm-hmm. We went to a very nice resort. Right in the middle of Tamarindo. Yeah. Very nice. Like you
super
drive
Americanized.
by.
That one was Americanized.
Very nice. You walk into it, like you see the pool. You see I
think it's called Tamarindo Beach Resort.
Really nice. 10 out of 10. We went to the bar. At that point, I'm expecting $15, $30 drinks.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. It is what it is. This is just how they roll out here. We order drinks y todo el pedo. Everyone gets their tabs.
We ordered rounds of shots. Like at least 20. No, maybe like 10 rounds of shots.
So then we all get our tab. Luckily, like the group we roll with, either we split it or somebody takes the bill this time. It's never a problem about money. Yeah. So we're grateful about that. But this time, everyone, they were even smart that they split the bill between persons. Like, they were already smart about it. Mm-hmm. So I get my bill. My bill was like $50, which was crazy because
you did say that. I was like, what?
You ordered like 5 rounds, like let's say 10 shots. Mm-hmm. And then I ordered 2 drinks, and then you ordered 2 drinks. I'm like, yo, this ain't adding up. So then I got the food menu, and the drinks were like $6, $7 for very good alcohol. They had Jack Daniels.
Yeah. My drinks there were bomb.
So everything was good there. So that didn't add up.
Yeah, like how does this super nice spot with super nice drinks, like a glass cup, everything. They mix with mixologists basically give you a $5, $6 drink. And then you go to a little shack and it'll be like $20 a drink.
Allí sí te creo que me cobras $20 a drink because we're paying for the nice pool that we could possibly get into, the cabanas, like
we're right
everything,
off the beach.
Allí sí, but no, it was a complete opposite. We're paying $4 or $5 per drink. It was like, yo, let's fucking chill here all weekend,
Yeah.
another
So
positive.
yeah, that was
you
one
know?
thing, you guys. That was one thing that the prices at some places we were like, what the hell? Nos están mirando la cara de americanos o qué pedo? But
yeah.
no, because it was like the numbers were on their menus, you know. But yeah,
Let's bring.
That was a little
I want to
off.
bring two quick positives.
what?
Internet. Internet
Oh
was
my
amazing.
God.
Internet
Yes.
at the Airbnb, I was like, yo, literally, I could live here. I pulled up a quick like speed test, and the speed test was like 250 megabytes per second. Right here at the house, we get 700, 800 megabits per second. But like typically anywhere else you go, like at Starbucks, you're getting like 40 megabits per second.
Oh,
Out there it was
shit.
like 200. Very good internet.
Yeah, we had signal
Service
everywhere we went. I was able to upload, post, call my mom, text whoever at any time of the day. Service for us, we have AT&T though, was not a problem.
Yeah, no problem.
So big shout outs. And the AC at our Airbnb. It was so
yes.
freaking cold. And I always bring up the AC because we live in Florida, you guys. So we're used to obviously the heat. But because it's so hot outside, we are used to our freaking AC, okay?
Yeah.
So the fact that as soon as we got to the Airbnb, it was like freezing in there. I was like, thank God. Because even though, of course, bitch, you're going, somewhere like third world country, maybe the AC won't work. I always assume that it's not going to work. I don't go with the expectations that the AC, that the water is going to be super hot. I don't. I get there and I love tropical vibes. I love being outside. So I don't mind that at all. But whenever there's a plus like that, bitch, it's a wrap. I literally love taking naps in the cold. And I was like, that's why I didn't go out the first night. I was like, nah. We just came back from we had a 7-hour drive that day. And then we had a 2-hour drive to the airport that morning, plus a 3-hour flight. So it was 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, that was a big
12.
travel
It was
day.
a 12-hour day for us. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not going out. I'm going straight to bed. Fuck this,
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like I think that was the main thing, right? Or was there any more negatives for you, Pinche Armando?
No, there was no negatives. I think a couple more, but I'll bring those up in a little bit. Credit cards and being able to pay with your debit card anywhere we went, I thought that was super clutch. Like there was never an issue with like, oh, aquí no aceptamos tarjetas. Like, nah, we ready for your card.
Even la gente en la playa that are walking around selling like little bracelets and stuff, they had their debit card machine. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that was badass.
I was like, are you gonna get your shit hacked or what?
But no, like it was quick. Even the Apple Pay, like everything was like up to par, up to date. Because they know who goes there.
Yeah.
And they're ready for us. They're ready for us to pay and spend this money. One cool thing, too, is that we walk down the beach. And in Mexico, like, you have these, like, vendors following you and, like, kind of, like,
harassing?
pressuring you and begging you to buy something. And these guys, like, hey, what do you need? I got you. Here's what I sell. Do you want it? And if you say, no, you're good, they move on.
Yeah.
So like they're super duper respectful in
And
Costa
there wasn't
Rica,
as many.
No, there
as
wasn't
in
that
Mexico,
many. No,
yeah.
no. So I thought that was cool.
They had
too.
massages on the beach.
Ah man,
A person like a mom and pop selling piña coladas there on the beach or mojitos, which by the way were fire también. The reason we didn't get into the beach that day is because we had so many other things to do. It was ridiculous. That one turned off. Anyways, what was the other two, Armando, pinche Armando?
Well, ya me regañaste, pero I'm gonna say it was humid as fuck out there, pero no pasa nada because we're from Florida and we got a lot of humidity here.
I was like, it's like saying there's too much sun outside. Plus, of course, it's gonna be humid and sun. It's freaking the coast and you're by the beach.
I did have a couple more things, but luckily,
a couple more things.
No, just to talk about. But luckily, we have a badass YouTube vlog coming out soon. So you guys get to see all the visuals and everything we're talking about. I'm super excited to edit that. But before,
Me too.
I got to make sure that this podcast comes out tomorrow morning. Happy Tuesday, you guys. Thanks for watching us. It's currently 11:35 at night. We just got here like 3 hours ago. We had dinner, like we said, and we're grinding.
Oh, and you have a swollen eye today.
I got a swollen eye. I have no idea what happened overnight. I think Lily farted on me.
He keeps saying that gave him pink eye or something. Like,
literally, I don't know why, but aquí andamos echándole ganas. We need some rest because we literally leave from Tampa in 2 days. On Thursday, we're heading to LA. We'll be in LA Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come back Monday.
So you're gonna do a podcast out there with somebody?
My plan is to have a podcast 1, 2, or 3 at least. At least one. I'm super excited for that because I feel like June is open. So I want to.
We're gonna be home June.
No, I
What
want
you
to
mean?
travel and work on podcasts in June.
Sheesh, coming soon.
So I'm excited for that. Pero esta lilyandbae siempre sale con sus cosas.
Because I like being home. Why don't you tell them to come here?
Nobody want to come here.
Everybody wants to come to Florida.
I'm
See,
just
I know
kidding.
you guys.
But I do want to close it out with one thing.
What?
All right, guys. This is something
Well,
that.
maybe not everybody wants to come to Florida at the moment, which we'll talk about soon.
Yes, we got to get into that, but we got to be ready for that. We got to talk about that. But yeah, I actually want to talk about something. Expectations, you guys. And I fucked up with this trip, going on this trip with expectations.
Pero pongan atención because
Yeah.
Mando taught me this a long time ago. I was kind of scolding at people about this earlier.
Yeah.
But go ahead, babe. Dale.
All right, I'm gonna put it in a nutshell, and then we're gonna get into it. Spend like a good 10 minutes on it. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay. At least we're gonna try.
5 minutes, babe.
All right, cool. I told babe, look, babe, when we travel, we can't go with expectations because everyone has different opinions about stuff. Or you see something on TV and you get there, you're like, where is this at? For example, we went to LA once.
For the first time.
And
5-6 years
Lily
ago.
Bae's over there looking for cholos, looking for lowriders, looking for the palm trees and all that. And that is something from back in the day, or that's something that movies painted. ¿Sí o no?
Yeah. I was like, there's gonna be a whole bunch of spots. Like we would think there's gonna be like a strip of clubs, where there's gonna be like a lot of raza
Yeah.
and like tacos and
Y no
whatever.
hay nada.
And there was none of that. Everything's
Yeah.
very dispersed, you know.
Which is fine.
It's fine.
It's fine, but where Lily Bae fucked up is that she went with that expectation. She's like, you know what, LA was not the vibe
It wasn't what I expected it
Right,
to be
right.
at the time.
at the time, but now we've been so much and we know the vibe y todo el pedo.
Yeah. Now,
So a lo
yeah.
que yo voy es que yo fui a Costa Rica, a Tamarindo, with expectations. That's where I fucked up.
Yeah.
I with expectations that there was gonna be badass nightclubs like Puerto Vallarta type nightclubs
Yeah.
because I didn't do no research.
Which I
That-
had been telling all these motherfuckers. I like, can y'all guys do some research and tell me what you
Yeah.
guys want to do?
So-
A todos les decía y ninguno hizo nada.
So I get there Thursday night and there's nothing. Literally, it's Thursday night, so it's not, I guess, a big party town, and there was no nightclubs open.
Yeah, I feel like it's more of a day drinking
Mm-hmm.
town.
Yeah, so that, right? And then I get there and then I'm looking for like badass restaurants. Again, it's not a very that type
It's not
of
like
town.
a high class town.
You know, it's not, which is fine. But I went there with expectations.
Yeah.
So you guys don't go anywhere with expectations.
Yeah.
Just go with an open mind that you're trying to have a good time. You're trying to enjoy the moment and just squeeze out the best out of the moment.
make the
you know?
best out of it.
So yeah, no expectations. That's like my rule of thumb, and that's like something
And
that
if you're
you know,
feeling sick or not feeling it, suck it the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You're on vacation. Take a fucking Tylenol or something.
Yeah.
And let's try to make the best of this.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
you don't want to be ruining everybody else's vibes. You just try to have fun, right?
yeah, for
Because
sure.
I feel like for this vacation, honestly, I didn't plan out like a whole itinerary, which
Like you usually
I
do.
would usually do, and everybody's down for it. Everybody knows that every trip we've gone for is always like back to back, not back to back, but we'll have a lot of things that we could do, right? But for this one, I'm trying to relax. I've been saying it for 5-6 years already that I wanted a vacation where I could chill and go with the flow. Like, okay, today y'all want to get on a horse, let's go get on a horse, you know? Tomorrow, oh, y'all want to sleep in? Okay, let's sleep in. You know, the next day, oh, y'all want to go out? Let's go out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was my plan from the get-go. The only expectation I had was, yes, for it to have a little bit of more of a nightlife. And that was my only letdown. But I still had fun. I still made the best of it. I still try to get lit. And yeah, that was it for me.
That's 100%. In life, don't go with expectations.
Yeah, no. Just make the best out of it.
Make the best out of it. And you know, but
I actually, going into that, I talked to Melissa about this. Melissa, my friend Melissa the Pickle, she has never traveled outside of, like, let's say United States and Mexico. So it was her first time. She was super excited. And I remember when we were at the club, and I know I'm talking about it because I know she lets me, like she doesn't care, right? When we were at the club, she was kind of like she wasn't feeling it, right? And I was like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "Oh, they're just not playing like other types of music out there. They play a lot of techno, believe it or not, and a lot of reggae,
and that's it,
which is cool.
That's it.
But you won't hear like anything else,
or like
anything else, which is crazy to us because even in Mexico, if we're at the clubs out there, they do play Bad Bunny, they do play even hip hop, R&B, everything like old school, at those big clubs like Puerto Vallarta and Cancun and all that good stuff, right? So the fact that there in Costa Rica, no, it was just techno and reggae. After a while, we were kind of like, okay, y'all gonna play something else. And then I snapped out of it and I was like, no, it is what it is. Like, let's just vibe. That's what they vibe to here. No pasa nada, And I had this conversation with her. I'm like, Mando taught me this a long time ago and it changed my perspective on when I travel. And she's like, what was it? And I explained that. And I gave her an example. Like, if we were to ever go to a little dive bar in the middle of Africa or in the middle of Australia and India, we can't go there and be like, this is so banda. Boring. Why don't they play banda? And she was like, oh my God, that makes sense. I'm like, yeah, we just have to, we're going to go experience their culture, what they listen to and what they like. And ever since I started doing that, it makes my night like a million times better. Like I don't go there and be let down. Does that make sense?
That's right. Yeah.
So when I said that to her, she was like, oh, yeah, like that. What? Okay, my bad. I was like, oh, yeah, well, that makes fucking sense, So.
Yeah. Before we go, one of my favorite things that we did was that Starbucks Finca that we went to.
We almost forgot about that.
It was so amazing, you guys. You guys know your boy loves coffee. And we went to the finca. We saw like how they grow it. No, we didn't see how they grow it. We saw where they grow it. It was a nice waterfall. It was a mission to get up there. Like the incline was insane.
Oh yeah, the last like little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how to explain that.
It was like a spiral.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, so if you guys ever go over there, just be prepared for some crazy little ass roads. Literally, you'll be like going up a mountain and doing a U-turn at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but it was trippy as hell.
Yeah, so we finally get up there and it's super green. You can see them growing the coffee.
It's gorgeous.
The Starbucks actual location up there is amazing. It's actually the only Starbucks finca that Starbucks owns.
The only Starbucks finca in the world.
Yeah. Like they own that. That's the only one they own.
Huge. They even had a waterfall in the middle of all their coffee bushes or whatever.
That's gotta be a location if you love coffee that you have to visit.
Yeah, and at first I was kind of like, not that I wasn't down, but I was like, really, babe, like, if we go to Costa Rica, I want to know about their coffee, not about pinche Starbucks, Americanized Starbucks. But then I was like, you know what? No, Starbucks is like the number one coffee in the freaking world right now. Like everybody loves Starbucks. So why not go check out where they grow it and everything? And I'm glad we did because totally our vibe, super nice. It wasn't like a regular Starbucks location. It was like an actual restaurant and they had like actual other drinks. They even had like espresso martinis, which you guys know carajillos and everything that they make with their Starbucks. The whole experience was super nice. They do offer tours. They last about 2 hours and super cute for pictures. They have so many cool and cute little areas for pictures. So definitely recommend that if you guys ever go to San Jose, Costa Rica. It was about 40 minutes out from the town, so not too far and super cute. Yeah,
unfortunately, we got there, I think, like a little late. We actually got there, I think, at 5 o'clock. They closed at 6.
An hour before they closed.
The last coffee tour was at 4. Which they show you the finca, they show you how coffee is made, they show you like all the process,
which we didn't know even dope. If we were going to make it.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah, our expectation was like, oh, we'll drive out to San Jose today, and if it gets too late, we'll just go in the morning the next day. But we got there with an hour to spare, so we're like, we might as well just go right now, no big deal. But Mando found out that he wasn't allowed to record in there, so he was like, pinche Tony lo quería hacer anyways. But he really did.
Yeah.
He really did. But
And the funny thing is that your boy Mando does not give a heck where he flies a drone.
by the way, we're trying to cuss a little less because we've had a lot of people send us messages that their kids are listening to us, and I'm like not because they tell me to stop, but they like show me that their kids are watching, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad. But I'm still gonna say like a few, so I'm just saying.
I fly the drone up, and then there's like a security guy looking for the person flying the drone, and I'm just over here hiding, like, wait, let me get my toma. So, if you guys see the drone shots on the vlog, show some love. Say, hey, Mando, thanks for the drone shots. Appreciation
almost
time.
probably got arrested in Costa Rica, pinche Mando, pero no pasa nada.
But yeah, you guys, we honestly had an amazing time in Costa Rica. To me, it's a one and done.
Yeah.
Honestly, and then like I said, the Cruda Realidad podcast, I'm being real. It's a one and done city, one and done country. You do it once, you get the experience.
Unless you guys are like surfer people.
Yeah, and I know that we didn't do everything.
Of course.
I know that. But from what we did, we had a great time, and it's on to the next. I like that. We might go to Guatemala. We might go to Honduras, like
Salvador. We want to try
everything.
Yeah, actually, we have a little Colombia trip coming up. Hopefully, in the next half a year.
That I did not know about until 2 days ago.
Yeah, we planned it the other day.
But yeah,
I told my friends, since we don't know, like this. We picked Costa Rica randomly. Like I literally was like, I want to go somewhere for my birthday, and I'm like, where should we go? And then I'm like, well, I want to go somewhere like tropical. And then I remembered Costa Rica, and it was either that, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, or Hawaii or something like that. And then I'm like, okay, Hawaii is too romantic vibes, not vibes. And then I was like, I've heard Dominican Republic is very dangerous right now. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. And then I heard que también Jamaica was a little dangerous right now. So I'm like, okay, then Costa Rica it is. Vámonos. But then I'm like, how can I pick the next spot later on, whenever the time comes and we're going to do something, right? Which we are, because I told you guys that when Mando and I first met, this was our vibe, trying to go places we've never been. But then we got so caught up in the YouTube world and all these flights to LA and Arizona and Texas that they took up all of our weekends. So that's why this year we're like, okay, we're going to cut back on all the trips, all the like influencer event trips, unless it's like something big, like a friend's wedding or like something, memorable like that. And we're going to try to take more of our type of trips. And we kind of started last year too. We went to New York, and we went, where else? We went somewhere else last year that we hadn't been to. Oh, Washington, yeah. So the way we came up with a solution as to how to pick the next place is like, okay, let's do one place, a continent. So I'm like, obviously we've gone to North America, a lot of places. Now we've gone to Central America. So the next time we go somewhere, it has to be like South America, or what other continent is there? We haven't been to Africa. We haven't been to Africa. Ideally in a perfect world. Obviously, a lot of trips might be more expensive than the others, so we might push that back to one day. But yeah, it'll make it easier.
I feel like the most important part of all this is like to get cultured, to see what else is out there, to see how other people live.
Que se puede,
que se puede with the energy. I felt so small and tiny in the forest of Costa Rica. I was like, yo, like we live in Tampa, right? And let's say we get caught up in the daily and the stress and the work. But I was in the middle of nowhere in Costa Rica, and I was so tiny. I felt so tiny. I was like, we are nothing. Like, look at this amazing greenery. I was literally on the tube chilling, right? And I was just taking it all in. I'm like, we're so fucking grateful. Like, this is amazing. Like, for us, one, to be able to do this. Two, to be able to see this nature, to be able to, just be out here. Like, that's part of our traveling,
We should give out a trip soon.
Oh, that would be cool.
A giveaway.
A giveaway trip. Yeah, that would be dope. Like, full on one,
Yeah, like Airbnb and flights or something like that, right? Dang,
Coming
because you guys
soon?
know I'm always down to do a giveaway. And sometimes I forget, like these giveaways, don't think we like strategically plan them in order to get like followers or whatever. No, it'd be like
They
from
fall
our
on
heart.
us,
Like right now
yeah.
that you're saying this, I'm like, you know what? Like that would be super dope to try to give somebody a trip out somewhere like that.
Yeah,
Now
that'd
that
be
we
cool.
know a little bit, you know,
For real.
about Costa
Well,
Rica or somewhere else.
Let's go ahead and let the people comment down below. Where would you like us to give a trip to? Not that we're gonna do it yet because we gotta plan it.
Yeah.
We gotta plan it. We gotta make sure that you know the dates y todo el pedo. But where would you guys want to go as far as a trip?
Yeah, if y'all could
you
pick
know?
anywhere in the world, where we at want to
Yeah,
go.
comment down below. Let us know. And you got anything else for tonight, babe?
I think that is it for today. Ya me estoy quedando dormida. It's midnight already. So you
Midnight.
guys are going to see this in a few
couple
hours. In a few hours. But
I really want to move to Costa Rica for one reason and one reason only. Lily Bae wakes up super early out there. It was literally 7 a.m. She was up, showered, ready to go.
no.
I was like, what's going on here?
I was about to say bye, but now that you're putting me out, I only woke up because we had a little mishap at the party plug. And I was like a little stressed, but
You
we
were.
figured it out.
Yeah. Porque allá amanece a las 5 de la mañana, which I
Yeah.
highly appreciate that. I'm like, yo, this is bad freaking ass. Like,
Yeah,
I
5
enjoy
a.m.
this.
the sun is out. But yeah, by 5:36, it's already
Yeah.
almost pitch
Yeah.
black. So
At night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I woke up one morning at 4:55
Mm-hmm.
and just to see the sunrise, and I go outside in the pool and like it's still like bluish, like still dark. I'm like, you know what? I literally got me a little cobija and literally just chilled right there.
¿Y te
Took a little
quedas
nap.
dormida?
I took a nap and like 30 minutes later, Anna came out and she's like, What are you doing here? Because the day before she slept there like at 6 a.m. So I took her spot. But like, yeah, it was amazing with the waves crashing, the birds chirping. The weather was still nice. It wasn't humid at 5 a.m. It starts getting humid more like at 9 a.m. But like the weather at that time was amazing. There was no mosquitoes and all that. So yeah, I highly enjoyed that. But yeah, that's our take on Costa Rica, Pura Vida. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast because we actually enjoyed telling you guys about all our crazy
And
adventures.
I can't wait for you guys to see everything. I hope
Yeah.
we got enough. Hope we got
Honestly,
enough
yeah,
content.
I'm a little worried because, como mi compa Jonathan dice, we're living the moment most of the time. So hopefully we got a lot of content. But I did take a lot of B-roll. So we're going to be able to add like voiceover if we can on there to be able to talk on top of it or drone shots or whatever. So you already know, Lily and Bae don't miss on the vlog. So stay tuned for that.
On the podcast, no matter how tired I am.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it.
But yeah, you guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining. And shout out to all of you guys and all of you kids that are always listening to us. We love when you guys send us videos of you watching us and you guys cracking up and all that. I love those kind of videos. So keep sending them because I highly enjoy them. And that is it. We'll see you guys on the...
And I'm 2-0. I didn't do a dad joke this time. Pero no pasa nada.
I'm not missing it.
We're
I'm
tired. We're tired, you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully with a guest. But if we don't have a guest, we still got the number one guest in the world, which is Lily Bae right here.
Aww.
But yeah, hopefully you guys have an amazing week because we're going to be outside this week and a lot of good content. So stay tuned for Impromando, Lily and Bae's TikTok, Lily and Bae's YouTube channel. Oh, ya estoy hablando de más. Vámonos ya.
Bye.